Hello everyone, it's the Farmsim guy here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to our early preview look at the new Platinum DLC for Farming Simulator 22. Now, in this video we are going to take a little bit of a look at the new contracts that have come with this DLC. So let's jump straight into it. So we're at the store here because we might need some equipment, but let's jump in, have a look at the contracts and see what's available at the moment. Now, there are three new types of contract. You can see Deadwood there, and you can see tree transport there. The one that is missing is rock breaking, and we'll come back to that one. We'll skip forward time after we looked at these two and see if we can uncover one of those contracts. But to start with, we are going to accept the Deadwood contract there, and we are going to accept the tree transport contract there. So we've got both of those live at the moment. Now, if you jump into the map here, we can scroll up and you see these new icons that are available to you. So here we have got the Deadwood contract. So within this circle, we will have to clear, I believe it is 10 marked trees. So we've got to cut them down. Now, all you've got to do is cut them down, I think, to progress the contract. But once the contract is finished, you can load them up and sell them and make a little bit of money afterwards. So that's quite a nice one. We'll go and have a look at that. And the second one is the log transport. So you will find a pile of logs here. All we need to do is load those up and take those down to the southern sawmill, which is all the way down here. So I think we'll start with that. We'll get ourselves a truck just off the road here. So we'll grab ourselves a truck and get those loaded up. And then we'll go and have a look at the Deadwood one. So I have treated ourselves to one of the new Volvo trucks and the trailer here. We are going to spawn a vehicle up at the top to load the logs, because basically I just want to have a play around with some of the new equipment and I don't want to haul it up there and stuff. We're trying to make the most of this time we've got to look at the contracts. We'll do a little bit more of a deep dive in some of the live streams on some of the vehicles, but let's run up and get this loaded up. Now, as we're running up here with the train line running alongside us, you could, of course, load up the train at the top of the map here and run the train down to the southern sawmill. So that is a consideration as well. Now, it does look like we've gone a little bit overkill with our truck, as we had to just navigate that tight turn there. But there are the logs just ahead of us. I'm hoping should be able to pick these up relatively quickly. I'm going to try and turn around before we pick them up though. Right, there we go. We're facing in a better direction now. I'll just pull up alongside here and we will get ourselves something to pick these logs up. Come on, did you think I was ever going to choose anything other than this? Right, let's jump in. Let's see if we can get a mastery of the controls straight away. I do have my joystick here, so we'll give it a go and we'll see how quickly we can load these up. I spoke too soon, my joystick is not set up, so I am going to have to do this with a mouse. But the controls seem relatively simple. You switch between 1 and 2, 1 being the arm here, and if I press G, it switches to 2, which is the vehicle. So you've got control of either, and you've got left and right mouse buttons and both mouse buttons together to control things. So both mouse buttons together and left and right motion rotates this, and up and down opens and closes the jaws. I'm going to see how many of these I can pick up. Now, I think, yes, left mouse button and up and down moves it backwards and forwards, and right mouse button raises it up and down. So let's see just how good this is. I need to be a little bit straighter than that, I think. Well, they're going to fall out of the sides. Let's try and get this right. Let's start as we mean to go on. I will set up my joystick later on today and have that ready, but for now, we're going to work with what we've got. So, right mouse button. I think with a lot of times with logging, the more you do it, like anything really, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more practice it comes. I think the physics do come into it a little bit, but in most cases it is practice makes perfect. So, there we go. I appear to have picked up every single one first time. That is unheard of. This is what the physics are like. I am impressed. That loader was brilliant. Now let's see if we can get them on a truck without making a hash of it. How high can we go? Let's get things lined up. Not going to drop them from a great height. Lower it down. So yes, we're going to slightly get stuck with the parts of the truck, but that... I'll take that, actually. That isn't bad at all. Got one hanging out the side there, but if we strap those down, we should be fine. So there you go. First impressions of the loading, and with my mouse as well, rather than my joystick, so not ideal circumstances. That was pretty good. Strap those down. Outstanding stuff. Right, let's get these sold and see if we can finish this mission. Okay, so here we are. Let's see where we need to sell this. There's an entrance in here. Let's jump into there. Jump out of the truck and sell wood. There we go. As long as you're near the icon, sell the wood. So there you go. Transport contract at Farmland 11 finished. And we've got £12 for selling wood. So we should be able to go back into our contract now. Have a look up here. Completed. Wrongly delivered trees, so that's good. Didn't get any penalties there, so we can hit the collect button. And we are good. Right. Let's go and do our Deadwood contract. Now, we did already own this Volvo BM462, so we took it from our farm. It runs at a rather paltry 12 miles an hour. Obviously, we don't need a vehicle for this mission, because we can just cut the trees down and collect the mission there, but I kind of thought we might as well load them up and see what we can get price-wise on top of the mission contract. So, we've got to find 10 trees within here to cut down. I think they're going to be dotted around all over the place, but they're all marked. So, in fact, there you go. There's 2 straight away, so let's cut them down. We already own a chainsaw as well. In New Farmer mode, you already own a chainsaw, so there it is. So, rules apply here are whichever direction you cut it. So, if I'm cutting in this direction, that is the way the tree should fall. There we go. Oh, I did see another one just here as well. Yes. Gonna fall on my vehicle, better move it. There we go, second tree done. We'll get rid of this. That noise when they land is very good. It's congruent to the size of the tree, I think. So we'll strip this off. Well, hope we get everything. Falling over out of the tree, which is not ideal, but there we go. Strip the end of it here. Another little piece under there as well. I think that's everything. So there we go, 2 trees. Now if we just jump quickly to the contract. Yes, there we go, 20% done, 8 trees remaining. So, right, let's go and see if we can find the other 8 trees. Oh, there we go. That is our 9th tree. We have got one left. Now, I was starting to struggle a bit to find them, but I think I might have had an idea as to how we can do it. Now, at the bottom of some of these trees, like this one, looks like a Deadwood tree, as does this one here, but there's no markings on them. But actually, if you look up, there is still greenery at the top of these ones. Now, the Deadwoods have no greenery on, so I haven't been over there yet, but I expect there will be a marking on this dead tree. Hedging my bets, but yes, look, there you go. So look up, there's the tip from me. Look up, don't just walk around at base level looking for these markers. Look up in the sky and look for the tops of the trees, and that will tell you what's Deadwood and what isn't. So there we go, contract complete. You can see in the top right hand corner there, it says contract complete. We go to the contract here, it will say, if we go to the contract here, as you can see, it says completed, wrong felled trees, 0. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut another tree down, just to see what the penalty is. So there we go, just cut that down. Now that's interesting, because it's completed, it hasn't registered that. I wonder if I'd cut that tree down during the contract, it would have punished me for it. Interesting. So there you go, you saw how long it took me to find those trees. It's not a quick process, they aren't all right next to each other and just turn up, chop the first 10 trees you see down and head off again. You actually have to go around looking for them, although I do think that tip for looking up high is definitely a winner for sure. Now, I was going to load up all of these, but they are huge trees, so what I might do is we'll do a rough calculation. We'll take these 2 trees here, we'll chop them up, we'll get them loaded onto the trailer here, and we'll sell those, and we'll just do a multiple of that to give you an idea of how much money you actually might make on top of this tree felling contract. So again, a little bit of work with the pickup still required. The same controls as we were using on the large one before. Let's just get this closed up, shall we? Let's see if we can grab it. There we go. And up we go. I have to say, the physics do feel... I mean, don't get me wrong, I've only been using this for a couple of minutes, but it does feel like things are a lot tighter than they used to be. There's a lot less log shake here. Things seem to be working really well. So, let's get this open now. And dropped in. I mean, come on. That's pretty easy for me, who's properly out of practice with logs as well. Right, let's get down and get these sold. Now, as you can see, we've had to cut them quite short because this isn't the biggest vehicle. And you could probably maybe get another tree or 2 on there, but you wouldn't get too much on there. But as you can see, slightly shorter logs, so we won't get the optimal price for them. But there doesn't seem to be any kind of physics, you know, no shaking trees or anything. It looks really solid in place there. Now we've just got to wait the age to get to where we need to sell them, because we can only run 12 miles an hour. Now, as we roll our merry way up here, of course, because we finished the contract, we can sell these at any of the wood sell points. So you could shop around and find the best price one. We're just going to take it up to the other sawmill and see how we get on there. So, there's a reason why I wanted to come down here and show you this, because it's quite a nice way of doing things. So I think let's park up here and get these unloaded. So there we go, we've got our last one there. We will lift that up and we will swing it into the lake, like so. It's really nice the way this is done, actually. I'm really quite liking this. Stretch it out a little bit further, there we go. Open everything up. There we go. So there is all our wood that we have brought with us. Now if I head around here, they've done a nice thing with the little animations. So not only are we looking at the contracts here, we're starting to get a little bit of an idea for some of the gameplay as well. So at this icon here, you can hit the R button and sell the wood, and look what happens. Now I have read if your logs are less than 1.5 meters, they will get turned into wood chips. Otherwise, they will be sold as logs. Now, we only got $4 there for that entire load, so you don't get much money. You do not get much for the logs, but it's a little bit extra. $4 is not much at all, though. I would have expected it to be a bit more than that. But that nice animation of the log going onto the conveyor there and going into the building is a nice touch for sure. Of course, as well, we have just sold here. We do not own this. You can own this as a production point as well, and the purchase for that is just around this corner here. There we go. So you can purchase this, and then you can obviously utilise those materials. $250,000, but then obviously that wood that you've got from that contract could be put to good use creating other things. So it may be more lucrative to do it that way. But there you go. That is the Deadwood contract and selling the materials at the end of it. Our final contract that we are going to look at is rock removal, and there we go. Remove 4 marked rocks with a hydraulic breaker. The owner wants you to destroy specific rocks inside the area, so we are going to accept that. 4 rocks seems pretty sensible. There's a slightly bigger one there. 8 rocks for slightly more. So what we'll do, we will jump quickly to the map, and look, there is our location. Just there. Now, that contract we never completed. So we will take that as well. That's completed, and we will go back to the map. That has gone, but there is our rock removal contract. So what we need for this is a little skid steer and the Paladin rock breaker. What we're going to do, we're going to head up to the area. I've set my store deliveries point there as well, just for ease, and we will buy ourselves things we need. So let's quickly scroll along and find the rock breaker. There it is. Hydraulic breaker, $9,000. So let's get that, and we will get ourselves a skid steer as well. For skid steer, we are going to go one of the base game ones. There isn't a particular skid steer in the game, so I think this is the one we're going to use. So we'll fire this up, we'll get it connected up, and we'll go and find our 4 rocks to crush. And while we're here, actually, these are the map collectibles. You get these carved animals, which you just walk up to and hit the collect button. You have 19 to go, and you get $50,000 for each one, so maybe worth doing. And just ahead of it there as well is our flag for our rock breaking. Can't avoid them, can you? They are huge. So we'll turn on the hydraulic breaker. I'm guessing we just lower it down. Yeah. It's quite a nice animation, isn't it? There we go. The way that broke then leaves you with a pile of gravel. Right, let's go and find a couple more. I have to say, what I like about these is you have to put a bit of effort in. Everything isn't just handed to you on a plate. You've got to go and search for this stuff, which I think is quite a nice touch. Makes it a bit more fun than just the usual get the job done. There we go. Start crushing this. It does take a bit of time, but I guess they're big rocks, aren't they? So you wouldn't expect it to happen in 2 seconds for that. There we go. That took a bit of time. I like the way that it breaks and fades away. That's quite nice as well. There's the third one. It's only a small ring, this, compared to the one for the Deadwood trees. But there we go. There we go, third one done. Just got to find one more, and there you see it peeking out from behind that tree there. Get this last one done, and that will be the contract done. That's a relatively quick job compared to the other ones. That is rather quick to do. Very nice. Obviously, if you loaded your equipment up and hauled it up from the shop, it would take a bit longer, but I like it. That's a nice job. There we go. Very good. So there you go. That is your new type of contract number 3, which is rock removal. So there you go, folks. Now you have seen the 3 new contract types that come with the DLC. I hope you like them. I have to say, they've been quite good fun. They are different to anything we've had before, so I like it from that perspective. So, if you like that, and you like the video, the Silver Run Forest review that I've done already, remember we are going to be doing a lot of deep dive, look at the new DLC over the weekend, live streams, the odd video. So if you like what you are seeing here, remember you can pre-order this. You can get a 5% discount up until launch day on Tuesday. And again, if you use the partner code FarmSimGuy, you are also helping to support the channel and allowing us to do great content like this. So, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you liked this little bit of a look at the new contracts on the Platinum DLC. And we will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.